Hey guys, how's it going? So another week, another mobile suit, and this week we have the MSN04FF Sazabi. I think the first time I've seen the actual designation as the name, but we're gonna go ahead and I've actually got it. So benefit this time, we get to actually go in and check out the actual suit itself and see what it has and what it can do. So let's see. We'll go ahead and get into the skills here. I'm going to talk about the buffs and nerfs and everything else in it. And by the way, if you saw my other video, I was talking about the artillery stuff. That's only in custom matches. But anyway, we're going to get this done, and then I'll try to get that other video recorded for the stuff. Throw that up on TikTok and also on a YouTube short or whatever. But yeah, here we go. Looking at the skills. We'll go look at the skills and the stuff on the suit first. So, what does it have? We have damage control. Awesome. Resist move. This is not a dodge roll, but it's a dodge roll. It breaks out of stuns, but you don't get iframes. So, of course, the support version has to be something pretty nerfed. But hey, we finally got something to break out of stuns rather than just kind of trying to prevent stuns, which is really nice. Force injector. Kind of okay, with 75 thrust, not too bad, not the worst. Full attack, whenever you're using your Saikamu weapons and they're off your suit, you're getting increased damage. Mainly though, when engaging units with offense or defense Saikamu weapons, these effects will not be applied. Which, I'm just saying, at 700 cost, how many of these have some form of Saikamu weapon? So, like, what? But anyway, yeah, that's a little bit rip. That's not the most effective skill, but I guess I'll take it, right? Then you have the Saikamu Frame Resonance, which you get a get out of stun free card at 30% HP, and you can lock on faster with boosting mobility, which is kind of nice. You get a little bit more turn speed and just speed in general. And then we have the counter program at 50 HP and below. You get a really cool counter, which will show that off. Now for weapons, the shotgun. This is not the same as the Sazabi beam rifle, so that kind of sucks a little bit. But you still get a few uses out of it. 0.5 second cooldown, so we'll show that off. Beam saber chunking here with 30 melee damage. Really good. So it's 40 and 30 for its damage stats. So definitely you got to weave in some melees to get full potential. I did not really melee much when I pulled the all-nighter last night. So yeah, definitely need to work on that. So we'll kind of go through that and I'll show some of that off in the actual free practice. Then as far as the other stats, 24,500. I do feel a little bit squishy against generals, but that could also just be because they could do something with the buffers, make that a little tankier that way. But 32, 38, or sorry, 26, 32, and 32 for the defenses, and you can easily get melee to 50. But again, it still feels a little bit squish, even to generals. Of course, the raid still gets to blow you up at that cost. There's so many raids that just delete you. But having a dodge roll, if they just stun you, you can kind of get out of the stun and maybe stun them. And we'll talk about that with all the build-up stun options that this suit has. Now, for the most part, everything does a lot of damage. The only thing that I have an issue with is how the bombard funnel works. And we'll kind of show that off, that I've turned the AI on. And you can just see how good the AI can dodge this with just being kind of dumb AI. So let's go ahead and get in. Hopefully it doesn't take too many attempts to show what I want to show, and then we'll move on to everything else. So as far as it goes, you got some really cool stun build-ups with the side funnels. They pretty much fire instantly. You can lock on and let them go. So I'm just going to approach this right here and go ham on this real quick. I'll show off the dodge roll. There it is. Oh, they're coming. Oh, here we go. But I kind of wanted to show the boost lock on. Okay, so I'll boost, and then you can lock on, boom, throw it, and pretty good stun build up. Now, obviously, it moved, so yeah, you got moving targets in a real game, but you can get one shot from this, and the actual side funnels will actually get a stun. So let's see. Can I hit the MLRS with it moving? Hey, there we go. And the thing is, I've seen people kind of like just dodge roll out. I don't know if they can do that consistently. I don't know if it's lag or what, but it was not that effective. That's probably the most effective bombard I've had in like all the games, or even in the practices that I've done here for this. Just kind of checking this suit out. Oop, they don't have legs. Okay, here, let's see what happens here. We'll fire it again. I mean, without legs, that's kind of rip. Oh, look, he went behind a wall. Wait. Oh, he walked back into it. I mean, literally, though, it's so easy to kind of dodge that if you know where it's at. And the AI is not the best with it. So what can you do with some combos here? Like I said, you got the side funnel. Boom. Pretty good stun build up. Go in for the melee. Knock them over. Pull out this. And then gut beam them for huge damage. That's pretty big. Both of these are instant stuns. So, instant stun. Instant stun. If you charge this up, it's an instant stun. Of course, dodge roll to get out of things. Really nice. And did I get too close to the raid? Then you can do things like this with the follow one. Obviously, a whole lot better than what I just did there. But for those that are definitely more... Oh, you can also do this beam too. And get some combos like that. Obviously, cleaning that up and tightening that up a bit. So you can start off with that one, and then if I was boosting, like get a stun with this, then boost, get a stun with this, and then melee somebody. So let's, I'll try that one real quick. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So those kind of 3-hit combos like that, pretty nice. Again, you can kind of do this one and get those kind of combos off. So still pretty solid with the damage. As you can see, the melee damage is insane. But okay, well it fell, so I'm definitely not missing that one. And also, these suits have no resist, which that's kind of the weird part. That beam doesn't do near that much damage in an actual game. Even when I'm hitting something, they're not taking that much damage. Luckily, everything else chunks. Everything just does a ton of damage, so really nice there. Let's go ahead and put my health down to 30%. So it just needs to be... Whoop, what? Oh. Just needs to be below. We'll show the counter. And yeah, overall, pretty good combos with this thing that you can do. Really nice. I love that you can boost and get a instant stun off. That's kind of insane. And then, of course, we have the counter. So, what? Oh, whoops. My bad. There's that. Oh, and I didn't save the health? Man. Okay. Wait, does it nullify damage? Awkward. Scuffed. Example is scuffed. Okay, here we go. Oh, that just killed it. I'm gonna nullify damage on that one. Oh, nope. Okay, that's a whole lot of nope. I do have force counter on. What is going on here? Do I just go try to counter the raid? Let's go counter the raid. I want to show the counter thing off. Yeet. Hey, there it is. Boom. Big counter. I just kind of wish those were actually weapons like that you could use in that way, because that would be kind of awesome. Just saying. If this was a raid, it would definitely be able to use them like that. All I'm saying. But anyway, there is that. We got big damage and a skill that could save supports. This might not be the support to save supports, but this might be the suit that brings the skill that saves supports. So maybe it is. But anyway, let's get back into the actual patch notes. That took a little bit too long with the scuffed nonsense, but oh well. Let's get in here. Let's look at this. We got the Shardija level 2 in the game. Again, this is only for custom matches. I'm hoping this is just a test because I would love to see kind of a meta shift in how it's played in thing. And I realized with the way this works, you're going to have like one person die and he's just going to waste the artillery to get his suit back. I feel like that's going to happen. The Hyakushiki got a buff. We'll talk about that. It's insane. We'll go ahead and show the previous stuff real quick. Kind of speed run that. If you can no longer lock on to like stuff that has no pilot in it. So this is amazing. Huge change there. And then what is this? Domel? Okay. Stuff and things. We got the Moon Gundam coming for the premium suit. That's kind of huge. This suit actually feels really good. It got buffed this patch. And the Zekuine's Type 1 is the potential free one if you go hard enough and get, I guess, a little lucky on the recycle tickets. But yeah, overall, Type 1's kind of nice. Hopefully I end up getting that one. Forget what this month's is, but probably too late now for me to get it. As far as the stuff looks like. Dovenwolf level 3 is in the DP store, which is kind of cool. Nothing really in the ticket shop. And there are some bug fixes for the Hazenthly. So if you are, I'll go ahead and leave it there for just a second. Pause it if you're a Hazenthly fan and some things got fixed. I don't know if anything was game breaking, but things did get fixed. Now, this part, I do have it up, but now that I understand it, I don't really need to show it. Part slots, though, 2, 4, and 3 is insane for what you get here. This part is based on the enhancement level of your suit. So if you have 3 enhancements, you get plus 3 to it. I thought this was, will increase the HP, saying, you know, it increases the HP by 202, then 303, then 505. I was wrong. That's 202, then add 303, then add 505. So this goes to 1,010 health for 2, 4, and 1,000 and then 10 damage. 1,000 health and 10 damage for 2, 4, and 3 part slots. That is actually insane, making the enhancement stuff so much better, which kind of is awkward. Because I like that the enhancement stuff was this kind of thing that was like, it doesn't really seem to matter, but we're getting there where it matters more. Now, yeah, I don't know how unhealthy this is, but it's one of those things. It's kind of interesting, but also what? And it's another part that unless you go all 7 steps, you're probably never going to see. Again, it looks like they've already got a melee version in here. Oops. And I'm assuming that's going to be on the new, and the new will be a raid. And here's kind of my theory for what's to come. But yeah, this part is actually insane. This part is gross, disgusting. That's an insane value for part slots. Completely dumb. Now that does add on, though, to your actual range damage. So you can't overcap with this. This is not an overcap type part like the educational computer or anything like that. And again, there's a banner for the Char DJ level 2. All the Char stuff. You got Char cosmetics for limited missions if you don't have those. Pretty nice. They also gave out the Rick Diaz, the Zeong, and the Hyakushiki for free. So there you go. Char suits. Woot woot. And then this. So this kind of brings me to my speculation of what's to come next month. So this ends on the 14th. There's been a few times when the special drop that they do, when it ends up giving out, or it ends up ending with a suit that they're going to come up with, a big suit. A lot of times this is at the end of the month. This time it's on the 14th. So I'm kind of speculating we're going to have the new Raid 4-star either on the 15th, or that pretty much that update, that week of the update. So if you look, that is on a Thursday, the 15th. So that 15th, when the update hits, that it's either going to be then, or it'll be at the end of the month, and we get the statue mega funnel new, or whatever that thing is. where it'll probably be a raid and we get the raid equivalent part. That is going to be my guess. With the recent leaks, I thought we were getting a Rose and Zulu support. I'm hoping now that we don't end up with 2 supports really quick. A lot of times for anniversary, they don't like to give out a support as one of the main anniversary suits. So I'm hoping that I have, a week or 2 into the anniversary at the very least before we actually get that, or we get that just before the anniversary starts, which again would only make sense at the end of the month of next month, because then the end of July is anniversary time. So we'll have to wait and see, but I'm hoping if they do have another 4-star support, it's not till the end of July. That way I can restock my token. As a support player, it would kind of suck, especially, they'd be doing it tactically, right? For anybody who's actually a main of a type of suit and they only get those suits, that's when those people are going to throw any tokens at the game. Sadly, I would not. So yeah, I would just have to miss the next support at that point. But that is my speculation as to what's to come. So we're probably going to see the new Mega Funnel raid. I'm assuming it's a raid based on, what happened here. And that'll probably be on the 15th or the 29th is my 2 guesses on that. And then hopefully we get the Rose and Zulu around the... I forget if the anniversary would start on the July 27th at that point, or when it would start. But hopefully it's either on July 27th we get the Rose and Zulu, or sometime in August we end up with the Rose and Zulu. But anyway, that's going to be it for that one. Let's move on. Okay, here's all the mission stuff. And here we go. Last month things. So I'm going to go quickly through this. Was very surprised to see that this improved. I'm going to have to try the Zogok at some point. That is kind of insane. Wasn't expecting too much of a difference here. I guess the health is a pretty big deal. The Ifrit Schneid, looking pretty good. Definitely felt that one. That one's doing really well now. Zeta, doing good. That's the Zaku head. The Zeta Gundam itself, also doing good. And the Z2, guys, is completely cracked. 67,000 to 80,000. Insane damage. I did horribly. I cannot express how bad I played. And we actually had, I think I got like 86k, and I did awful. Like, I was missing every shot. It was crazy. And then the Transform also getting the health and stuff. So Z2 actually cracked. Check it out if you haven't yet. Was surprised to see this actually improve. Kind of cool. I did not think that was enough. Beam Bazooka, feeling awesome because of the flying stuff. Zaku 3, feeling pretty good too. MLRS, feeling weird because it's still missing some damage, and even though it did get some damage, I think it needs a bit more. But also the flying thing is definitely feels weird, man, because you do get to use it a little bit, but it's not really the most useful thing, unlike on the raid version. Methus Kai, though, the other winner here in this one, insane now. Definitely go try the Methus Kai. It is actually cracked. Oh, and the other winner, the other winner, the Yakushiki Kai, insane suit. Fantastic. Can highly recommend trying this. I finally had a game, tried the level 2, insane damage. Level 1 also getting some increases there with some of the heat rate and stuff. Feels really good. Okay, this month, what do we got? Starting off with a what? But I guess with the stats, 37% win rate, 63,000 damage. I'm just really curious if this is somehow getting skewed, but I mean, they're saying it is level 2, so hopefully they can track it, but I know a lot of people that take in the level 1. I just really don't feel like this is that bad. Maybe it was. Maybe it was 37.6%. I've never really felt it. I'm just saying. Even as like a unicorn, this Ribawu, even at 650, felt gross. So, yeah, so this is all level 2 buffs to bring it up. I feel like this is going to be like 80,000 plus. I feel like somebody really likes the Rebawu at BB Studios, and this is going to be completely insane. This is like going to go to 50%. Both of these are like 50%. This, I don't know. This just looks insane for how much damage is here. I thought this was damage as well, but that's shield HP. So whoops when I first looked at that on stream. But still, that's a pretty good HP boost for the shield. Yeah, this thing looks completely cracked. I'm kind of terrified of it. So far, it's been doing some good work too, which, again, doesn't feel any different than what it was. But I guess I am playing supports. Now, Gustav Karl, getting some more damage control, buffers and stuff. It is an even tankier beast than what it was. Mainly, it wasn't doing the damage. So they did try to help it out with some damage, especially at level 2, some at level 1 with the club, but overall, this thing is probably one of the beefiest suits we have, and one of the best actual frontliners we have. Now, it doesn't really have the damage, so as far as best overall suit, you know, that's whatever. But as far as being tanky, and if there's a suit I want in front of me, it is the Gustav Karl. So, yeah. Damage control 2, pretty big there. Again, we got the buffers going up. We got 1,000 health. So, really solid suit. Definitely one of those suits that I would want in front of me. Beam rifle stagger accumulation, which is kind of nice. Then we have the Ashimar, which got a pretty huge buff. 2,000 life. Offense system, so get that melee on. A lot of part slots and stuff. Damage control 2 to 3. For level 3 and 4, which is actually crazy to fly around in now. And the focus for the beam itself is now 2.5 seconds from 3.5. Hit detection was expanded, damage at level 2 and up, and focus damage at level 2 and up increased. And then in flight mode, cooldown going from 0.8 to 0.5. Stagger accumulation value is increased, and now can be used while high speed movement, which is actually insane. And the heat rate for focus has been reduced. Power is increased at level 2 and up, and focus power increased level 2 and up. Ashimar looking pretty gross. Felt pretty good. Now, the Isolde. Pretty good here. I sat still. I need to do a tankier build. We have Evasion 3. We have add-on buff for level 2, and at level 2 it's going to 3. Force Injector 2 to 3 at level 2. This thing looking insane. With the health and everything, heat rate, you know, you get a couple extra shots off. 0.5 second cooldown, so you're getting more shots out. Mainly just so that fills it the same, essentially, as what that 2 numbers does. Heat rate increased while focus firing is reduced. Increased compensation for lower melee attacks, so downswings for the ×2 beam saber and weapon swap time. And then the skill for the immobile aerial fire, thruster consumption is reduced to almost nothing. You pretty much consume no thruster, and increased reduction to stagger accumulation value is insane. Like, with this plus, I don't even know if this thing has damage control, but you actually just almost don't get shot out of the sky. I was dying before I fell out of the sky, which is kind of completely insane. Overall, though, it does feel better to shoot in the sky. It is a new way to play the suit, rather than just stun, smack, downswing, downswing, downswing all the time. Is it better than the meleeing stuff? I don't think so. But I'm going to play it that way. It is definitely different. The thing is, if people have to look up to pay attention to you, they're not paying attention to your teammate on the ground. So it might be a very situational use case that you can actually take advantage of. I want this on the Goof test type, and I want this on the Goof flight type. That's all I'm saying. That way, you're penalized for being a raid, sitting still, getting shot by generals, as far as the damage you're taking, but you get to do more damage, and you kind of get to sit there and actually shoot in the sky. All I'm saying. Especially put this on the support Hyakushiki. The Hyakushiki, speaking of which, got a huge buff. So, not only did the Vulcans get changed to useful Vulcans, like the GBO2, We have the Beam Saber going to a 2-second cooldown, which is insane, and downswing damage increased. A lot of booster and maneuver armor stuff there for higher levels. Won't go over those. Special back add-on buffer to 3. Anti-blast is actually given to it. Wow. All raids should have that, please. All raids should have it. 145 movement speed now, and 1,500 health increase. This thing is amazing now. It feels so good to play. Highly recommend trying the Hyakushiki again. Pixie. Wow, they increased the stealth to 2 at level 1. That's about it. And then they got some level 2 stuff in part slots and things. And then the range got increased on the machine guns. Wowee. Yeah, it needs more. I'm just saying. Like, I will say, the only reason why this didn't get more at level 1 is like the 3 people who still playing it are popping off with it. Emblem must still be playing the Pixie at 400 because, dude, this, what? Like, I would not guess that this had this good of stats at any of its cost. So, yeah, someone's been popping off with it to keep it there. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Goof Custom. We have some pretty good stuff here. Melee boost, damage going up 8% overall. Rotation speed, thrusters going up to 70. Shield break, stance mastery, which is huge, and power accelerator. I did not get to try this, but I definitely want to try the Goof Custom. And the downswing and combo compensation got increased. So really big there. Is this enough to bring it all the way up? I don't know. But either way, Goof Custom players, hype. The one that confused me even more than the Rebawu is the Jesta Team A Shezar type. It got buffed. This did not need a buff. This thing's already insane, especially at 650. It's getting stuff at 650, which with his base stats for range damage, part slots, pretty much every part slot getting some kind of increase. Thrusters going up by 5, rotation speed going up by 6. And then melee boost is increased by 7 at level 2, and speed is increased to 140 at level 2. This really didn't need this with how good this thing can get around as a stealth suit. The only reason that it kind of was balanced is at 700 it could get clapped really easily. This getting this extra damage is kind of gross. It definitely didn't need this. Oh, and also the heavy attack got even more damage. The thing that could one-shot a support is even better. And now you're doing crazy damage to generals. But anyway. Another suit that I didn't think needed a buff. That's just the theme of this one. Because the damage was insane. And look, it's over average. What a surprise. It's beating this. It didn't really need much more survivability because that's how this is balanced out. I'm just saying. But the win rate was a little bit low. For whatever reason. And maybe they jumped the gun on this one. But yeah. Overheat going to 25 seconds from 35. That is insane amount of cooldown on that. And then the stagger value for the main weapon and the shoulder beam gun ×2 has been increased, which is probably going to increase its survivability against raids to a huge margin if this is enough of a stagger value increase. And then 1,000 health to survive against generals. I don't know. This thing's completely dumb. Somebody really likes this suit. I mean, you know, I'm not going to complain when a support gets OP, but I think we're talking like delta levels of damage here without any kind of like consequence, or without the benefit, where the delta had like no like negative consequence to having that damage because it had such good stun resistance. This actually has some problems, but I think that's why it balances it out. I'm just saying. But, you know, maybe I'm salty because I don't have the suit, and I'm just like, why buff it? But I feel like this thing's going to get nerfed. All I'm saying, I'm calling it. This suit's going to get nerfed later. I think this buff is a little too much. Or maybe not. But I just feel like this is going to allow you to, if you're surviving longer, you're doing more damage. That's all I'm saying. And then the Gyaradoga Heavy Arms. Getting some okay buffs here. mainly we got level 3 and stuff, getting some more defense and health and speed. But the big deal, we get ammo of the HE, the big heavy stun AoE cannon, going to 4 shots and 3.5 seconds. Now, when I looked in the game, this is actually, so I wasn't crazy. On the English version, this says 3.5. On the JP version and in-game, this is 3 seconds. So 3-second time between shots. You can kind of sit there and just, you got 8 shots in the cluster. You can just be a cluster turret if you want to be. It's not that bad. Cluster gives a ton of build-up stun. If you see a teammate that does have good build-up stun and they're already shooting a target, you can kind of go ahead and finish them off with that. Really awesome here. Overall, kind of surprised at the lower levels that it was doing that poorly, but it is kind of a slow, clunky suit, so fair enough. It definitely felt pretty good to use, though, with having extra ammo, so hopefully that does increase the total damage pretty well, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, guys, that's it for this one. So, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of everything in this video. Did you get the new suit? What do you think of it? And is it the suit to save supports? I think it might be with the skill. That skill, they need to put it on other supports, and I think that's going to be the thing that kind of takes supports to their next level as far as being just at lower cost. Please put that on so many supports. That would be amazing. That, the defense mode, that not a dodge roll, and the crouch to prevent stun. Put that on more supports, please. Those 3 skills, at least one of those 3 skills should be on every support in the game. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Usual stuff in the description: Twitch, Twitter, Discord, TikTok, and Instagram. Anyway, have a good one. Thanks for watching. I'll probably be live later today at some point, at least doing some V-Rising, and definitely getting back in there with the lobster. But anyway, have a good one. Peace!